The Living Image software allows you to adjust several sensitivity settings for your optical images, including exposure time, f-stop, and binning. Although you may choose to adjust the settings manually, a convenient auto-setting feature is available. It will choose the optimal settings for your particular acquisition. To access this feature, go to the control panel and click the down arrow beside the exposure time window until it says Auto. Once selected, this tool will choose the exposure time, f-stop, and binning based on user-defined ranges set in the user preferences. This tool safeguards against saturation or underexposure by automatically adjusting these settings based on an initial reading of signal intensity. Here we see 3 images. The first image has good signal strength. If you look at the pixels over the phantom, the counts are above 600 and below 60,000, which is the linear range of the detector. In the middle image, the pixel counts tell us that the signal strength is too low, and it should be reacquired with more sensitive settings. The image on the right has too much signal and needs to be reacquired with less sensitive settings. By using the Auto Settings tool, the software will automatically optimize the settings for the brightest signal in the field of view. Therefore, we highly recommend that you use this feature. In the user preferences, you can define upper and lower limits for each parameter. For example, if you want additional sensitivity, you can increase the default max exposure time from 60 to 300 seconds. Or, you can increase the default max binning from 8 to 16. Please note that any changes you make in the preferences only get applied to the user that is currently logged into the software. When you acquire an image using auto settings, the software will first take a 1-second capture of the field of view. Based on the brightest pixel it detects, the software will adjust your first parameter within the range you select to reach a target counts. If the target counts cannot be reached by adjusting the first parameter, it will begin to alter the second and then third parameters within the ranges you define. It's important to note that 2 images taken with different settings can still be compared to one another. When the images are converted from the raw unit of counts to the calibrated unit, corrections are applied that normalizes for any differences in acquisition settings. It is more important to adjust the parameters to get your counts in the proper quantifiable range than it is to use the same settings for the whole experiment. Therefore, we encourage you to adjust the acquisition parameters, as needed, throughout the course of the experiment.